Welcome back to the Beijing 2022 Paralympic Winter Games. We're at the National Aquatic Centre for the wheelchair curling event. Day 3 action coming right up. We're right in the thick of it now in the round robin action. Our featured game is Norway versus Estonia. Norway, the reigning Paralympic silver medalists from Pyeongchang 4 years ago. Very experienced outfit up against newcomers Estonia. The first time competing in the wheelchair curling event. And the last time Estonia competed in any Winter Paralympic event was Salt Lake City 20 years ago. Must be quite the honour for these Estonian athletes.
Ladies and gentlemen,
and they secured their first win ever in a wheelchair curling event with a 6-5 win over Estonia. Over Latvia, sorry.
Let's give a round of applause to this session's competing team.
So that's the Paralympic mascot, Shui Ronron. Full of energy, full of life. Full of excitement for this action coming right up. So here is the Norwegian team, Cecil Loken, throwing the lead stones for Norway. Second player, Geir Arnis Skogstad, the 48-year-old. The third player, Ole Fredrik Siversen. And of course, the fourth and skip, Justin Stordal.
On sheet D, Latvia
and for Estonia, the lead player, Katlin Riedebach. Second player, Mait Matas. The third player, Lauri Murashov. And the fourth player, Andre Koitmai. As it has been for all the sessions so far, a nice socially distanced crowd here in the National Aquatic Centre, repurposed from 2008 as the pool events venue, swimming, diving, synchronised events, and turned into the ice cube for this Beijing 2022 Games. Canada streaking away at the moment on 4 wins and no losses. The only other undefeated nation so far, Sweden, but they've only played 2 games. Cecil Loken having a super tournament so far, 81% for the lead. She's got an unconventional style, but she really knows how to get it done. It doesn't matter how you do it. It's all about the final result.
Games will begin in 1 minute. Wheels may be cooled. Good luck and good curling.
1分钟后，比赛将正式开始。
There is the
运动员可以给车轮降温，同时预祝各位运动员取得好成绩。
Estonia to give them their first ever game at Paralympic Winter Games, 6-5, the win there. Here on day 3.
Good game.
And they got off to a great start. They got off to a 4-0 lead.
Yes, again.
And Andre Koitmai putting behind him some of the horrors of the previous day. Just couldn't put the finishing touches on in the game yesterday against the United States. So the Norwegians, an extremely experienced outfit. Stordal and Siversen moving up a position in their teams from 4 years ago. Of course, the skip Rune Lorentzen retiring after the 2018 Pyeongchang Winter Games. That's Andre Koitmai, the skip for Estonia, the play caller. And Katlin Riedebach gets this day 3 matchup underway. So Estonia were playing the Yellowstones and Norway playing the Reds. It will be 8 ends of action here in this round robin game. Stone just rearing up in time to utilise the free guard zone rule. We'll cover that shortly. And the teams play alternately. Norway playing the red stones. And they will have the last stone here in the first end by virtue of the draw shot challenge. It was a close one between the two teams, with Estonia just 17 centimeters further away from the button with their last stone draw in the pre-game practice. So Cecil looking with the clockwise draw. Looks like a pretty good weight. I've seen the team struggling a little bit with the ice conditions in the first couple of days. But by this stage of the event, they should be settling in a little bit now. The ice conditions should be improving. We're going to see some fantastic action here in our featured game, I'm sure.
Baseball.
Yeah.
Kathleen Riedebach just trying to follow that one down from Cecil Loken. Really was a terrific draw right down onto the back of the button by Loken, and that's finished in a useful position as well. A couple of nice stones there from Riedebach.
Cirka 4.
Ja.
Det ikke noe problem å dra ned mot den, eller?
Den.
Ja, våres.
Well, there's no question this Norwegian team, they know how to win games. Generally known as slow starters in these international events, but there's been no signs of it here at this Paralympic Winter Games. 4 years ago, they lost their first 3 round-robin matches and then motored their way to the gold medal match, only losing in an extra end to our Beijing 2022 hosts.
4-5.
Cecil Loken was there, as was Severson. And Stordal. Come up a little bit shy with that one. Cecil Loken. And that leaves the draw open for Estonia to come down the other side. So Mike Patas showing the second stones for Estonia. He's an office worker, has a daughter called Maris, and plays out of the Tallinn Curling Club. He's been playing for about 6 years. Started when he was 46, when a friend invited him to come along and give it a go.
Suunda oli palju
So that one just drifts past and doesn't really punish the Norwegians there. There's a great opportunity to make the freeze and perhaps get off to a flying start like they did in their last match, stealing 2 in the first end. Here's Geir Arne Skogstad getting his first stone of this match underway. Looks like a speedy line, that one. Seen a few stones coming down there. Matas getting caught out with his draw and drifting too far, and Skogstad as well. He would have liked to keep that one this side of the T line, the line that's about to cross right now.
Või lööme ära? Okei. Proovime asetada.
So, can Mike Matas make the adjustment with this one?
Ütleme niimoodi, et asetada ja kui läheb kiireks, siis lihtsalt kopsab edasi.
Meter of weight off his previous effort. Just the slightest of adjustments required.
See on pigem siuke 14.
Coming up quite a bit short there. So difficult to make that small refinement. The guard is really long, so Norway will be able to come around that one as well. Already line 2. They've got the last stone advantage here. they are looking to get off to a flying start.
Ja.
Så løs ut.
Ja, han gjorde det. Han var løsere enn forrige, ja, definitivt.
Og du får...
Så flytter dere litt fortere.
Ja, ikke
Guy
stress.
Arne Skogstad getting caught out as well. Not quite enough rotation on that stone.
Man
So
kan ikke
kind
sette
of
sten for...
drifting and veering at the end of the guard.
Før dere kommer tilbake igjen.
Ja.
So a couple of early mistakes from both sides.
Paremaks vist ei tule või tuleb?
Ei ole paremaks ei olegi oluline, kui tuleb see vastu, siis on hästi. 12,5 kuskil.
So here's Lowry. Will he be able to get this draw correct? Looks like he's got a nice line. How's the speed in this one? Speed starting to come out a bit. Banking down. A lovely shot here by Murasov. Gets down to count that second shot stone. But Norway still lying one in the button, and they can follow that one in. Of course, if you're unfamiliar with wheelchair curling, the aim of the game is to get your stones closer to the middle of those circles, also known as the house. And by doing so, you can score points. Once all 16 stones in the end have been played, there's 4 players in each team throwing alternately 2 stones each. Once they've all come to rest, it's about who's closest to the middle and how many are closer than your opposition's nearest one.
Samme fart omtrent. 5-2.
Only 1 point available per stone. It's not target practice, it's not archery. It doesn't matter how close to the middle it is, it's just about who is the closest. So both teams struggling with that anti-clockwise draw down the left-hand side of the sheet of ice here.
No kahte nad ei võta siis pigem.
Kui tuleb sinna ette, las jääb sinna ette. Paneme kinni selle poole.
Ei tule sisse või? Ei tule sisse?
Ei ole vaja, jah. Ta nagu nii paremaks ei tule.
So the guard staggered quite nicely for this draw here for Murasov. You can see that if he can get tight to the very first one and just pass it by a small margin, it may well curl right down onto the button.
Kiva sinna otsa.
Started curling in 2015.
Andrei viskas oma kepiga võttis.
Well, just not enough speed. That one curls too early and chips the guard. Both teams really struggling with these draws.
Paremaks nagu nii ei tule, pole mõtet põniku.
Now, Norway will be quite content that they've got that red stone in on the button, and it's extremely well protected. Difficult to see how Estonia will be able to get at it, but they do have the last stone, and generally, in terms of strategy, when you have the last stone, you're trying to score multiple points in the ends, and when you don't, you're trying to stop the opposition, obviously, doing that. So Norway will be looking to try and find a way to score 2 or more, but they don't want to set up an easy double takeout here for Estonia.
4-4.
4-5. Han er greit å...
Guards the draw in.
Han la seg egentlig veldig bra der, faktisk.
But also makes it more difficult for them to get a second one in there as well.
Skru deg tilbake litt på rotasjon. Jeg tror du skulle ha forlagt ut det. Han finner rotasjon.
Severson playing in his second Paralympic Games. So here's the experienced member of this Estonian team, the player who's played the most games in Estonian wheelchair curling history. A bit of a struggle on day 2 in finding his draw weight. Let's see how he fares today.
Ma seda sain aru, 15-4 oli aeg.
So that guard will very much block any draw in for Norway as well. Really difficult to see how Norway are going to score 2 for this from this situation. Those stones really spread right across that red 4-foot circle where Justin Stordal needs to get in to lie second. He needs to outcount that yellow if he wants to score more than one. The one just at 8 o'clock in that red 4-foot circle. Maybe there's just a very small port between the 2 guards on the left-hand side that you can squeak one through. Yeah, thread the eye of the needle here. Very strong upper body action. Justin Stordal competed at the Paralympic Games in powerlifting once upon a time, and he's found his way through here. Oh, what a shot. Is it going to get inside it? Oh, what a shot here by Justin Stordal. Norway lying 2. That was just incredible accuracy to thread it between those 2 stones. Curls down onto the nose, and Norway from nowhere looking like they're going to put a couple of points on the board at least.
Peame sinna auku ette panema.
Muidugi praegu. Probleem on selles, et ma võin siit veel lahti lüüa selle. Ma räägin, probleem on selles, kui ma üritan sinna veel kinni panna, ma võin selle hoopis laiali lüüa.
Või siis tuled suure kaarega mööda.
Mida?
Sa võid augu sisse lüüa seal.
Jah.
Well, Koitmai doesn't have too much option but to try and follow, really.
Kui tuleb sinna üle, tuleb üle, kui
could
tule,
choose just to give up a couple of points here and not attempt it. The risk here is that they might open things up and make it easier for Stordal to play a similar shot to his first one.
Peaks minema küll, kiirust on sellel, et läheb üle.
So, Koitmai with his final stone of the first end. Still one to come from Norway. Not quite got the speed to find its way between those 2 guards, but at least blocks the hole and stops Norway coming down the same way again. Very difficult to see how Norway can score more than 2, but 2 points.
Measure for 2.
Already guaranteed.
Measure for 2. Take it away.
I think Severson's been very kind in offering to measure that second one. Norway are just going to throw away their last stone here. They don't see how they can get a third one in there. Probably just going to do more harm than good, so they are going to measure it, but I think we can quite clearly see from the overhead that it's going to be a score of 2 for Norway.
Ja, morgen, ja. Jeg bare sitter der.
Den der klokkeklar 2.
Målet for... Oh, sorry. You was there already.
Sa jo 2.
Ja.
Well, the Norwegians will be quite happy with that first end performance. Getting out of the blocks fast. Really all down to that fabulous shot by Justin Stordal. This is... I'm going to eat my hat if this isn't a score of 2. Just about breaks the needle on the measure. That was never in doubt. Great start from Norway, putting 2 on the board in the first end here on day 3. Getting off to a 2-0 lead over Estonia.
Jag tar en prat med Petter, så har du tid til den, og så skal du gjøre her sånn.
All 4 sheets in action here on day 3. We're on that nearest one there. Sheet A, Norway versus Estonia. 2-0 after that first end. All down to a fabulously accurate draw by Justin Sturdal, threading the eye of the needle. And Cecil looking here gets the second end underway.
Du var flinkere å kjøre hittingerne når du skal se på scenen. Det er helt på kanten.
Cecil looking started curling in 2009, playing in her 3rd Paralympic Games. Just drifting through the ice conditions, maybe just a little quicker than it was in the first end. But you would expect it to be pretty much up to speed after the pre-game practices.
Okay.
see peapesu nagu ma nägin.
Pigem 14.
Peapesu.
Ja.
3-5.
3-5, 3-2.
3-5. Har du sett?
3-5 er kanskje greit.
3-5.
So Cecil looking with that overhand grip, plays straight from her chin. It really is a unique technique, not one that you'll see anywhere else in the field. But she is so accurate with it.
3-6.
Veldig bra, Cecil.
Ja.
Bra justert.
Ja.
Ja, bit 4 topp, det er bra.
There's Peter Dahlman, the Norwegian coach. He's actually Swedish. And alongside him there, Mia Sveberg, the 23-year-old, one of the youngest players in the field here in the wheelchair curling event.
Läheb ilus. Keerab. See kukub tagasi kindlasti.
Happy with that throw there from Rita back.
Tagasi peaks keerama. 10-18. Läks nii.
9-6, 9-7.
Minu kord hakkab jälle.
Christopher Bowden, he's Canadian, the head coach at the London Wheelchair Curling Club in London, Ontario. Quite often we see nations picking up Canadian coaches, such as the vast number of players and the depth and playing ability and coaching talent in Canada. Nearly 2 million curlers in Canada. And almost 1,000 ice rinks across the country. Much the envy of nations across the world. But Estonia taking full advantage of that and getting a coach of Chris Bowden's experience. Matas didn't look like his best throw there, didn't really use his upper body, just used his arm. And is this going to make it past the bumper? Oh, he just manages to squeeze. Can you believe that he got a stone through that gap between the stone on the wing and the buffer? You can see there, just didn't get the technique right, didn't use his upper body to generate the momentum. All came from the shoulder and he threw it offline, and a complete miss from Mike Matas.
Yep.
So Geir Arne Skogstad, silver medalist in para hockey in 2002, at the Paralympic Winter Games and 2004 world champion. Still dabbles with coaching and para hockey as well. But looks very much at ease out here in the ice cube at the wheelchair curling event.
Minu viskamine tehtud. Võiks see peitu minna kuskil.
So Mike Matas trying to come around those guards after that previous error by Skogstad. Really nice draw, but doesn't quite get hidden behind the guards, so Norway may well be able to remove that yellow stone. Stordal holding the brush there, that's the aiming point for the stone to be delivered. The line at Severson will set the stone off on. Sets it on its way, it'll run straight for a while, and then when the speed starts to come off it, it will curl away from that center line that we can see. Well, curls too much. Curled too much and clipped the guard. And just glances off his own. Has he pushed it out of the house? I don't think so. Now, Estonia, with the last stone advantage, they can probably split the house here if they so wished. By split the house, I mean put one on the other side from the one they already have in the house. Already lying one on the left-hand side in that 11 o'clock position. So Lauri Murashov setting up for the anti-clockwise rotation. Just going to curl one out to the right-hand side of the house here. They'll want to lie to.
Lauri, tule. 13-4.
Peaks jääma küll siis.
Ja, men jeg kan dra på litt. Jeg var 9-3 eller 9-4?
Ja, 9-2.
Nille?
Ja, gå ned til Nille, så var den garden her vekk.
Ja.
So now, after that previous mistake, Severson's going to be asked to play the same shot again. You'll need to make a bit of a correction from that first throw, whether it's aiming a little bit wider or just executing it better. Looks like he's got a good line here. He's got one. Has he got the second one? Oh, just slides underneath. Just slides underneath. Great attempt there by the Norwegian third player. Just needed to hit a hair thicker, and he may well have popped the other yellow out the side door. So splitting the house once again. An excellent first stone by Lauri.
Andrei, tule siiapoole ära.
Throwing it on the clockwise rotation this side, this time to replace the stone on the other side, just removed by Severson. Oh, he's come up a little bit short here. This is quite the let-off for Norway.
14-2 oli see.
Now, Stordal will be quite happy just to hit and remove that yellow stone on the wing.
14.
Difficult for Severson to get his brush exactly where he'd want it. There's a few red stones in the way there. He's found a way to get the job done though. Giving it a long arm.
Splitta ut, så er det jo greit.
Ja. Jeg klokka nå, men...
So Stordal, so good at throwing the takeouts, so strong. Competed 4 times at the Paralympic Summer Games in sailing, as well as an outing in the powerlifting. Secured his first medal in Pyeongchang 2018. Makes the takeout, rolls inside, and actually gets a super result. Norway lying 2 by the looks of it. Really well done there by the Norwegian skipper. He's really flown out the traps today with that super shot in the first end. He's followed it up with a peach in the second too. So here's Andre Koitmai going for the takeout here on that stone, just thrown by Justin Stordal.
8-8.
Hits and rolls out of the house.
Yeah.
At least opens up the scoring area though. So all Norway really need to do is to find the house with this final stone of the second end for Norway. Still one to come for Estonia though, but if they can draw one into the house, they'll at least force Estonia to score, which would mean they would get the last stone back in the next end. If they missed the house, maybe Estonia would throw a takeout and try and blank and keep the last stone advantage themselves.
Ja.
Kanskje litt tung.
Han ser tung ut.
Ja, tok ikke mye.
Den sto, ja.
Ja, han bremser nå.
Det er ikke sett på.
2-2.
Ja, kanskje.
Nei, må ha en bra mot det.
Oh, that's a big let-off for Estonia. However, it's not as straightforward as it maybe looks here for Estonia to blank the end. The worry being that they hit it onto the yellow and it spins back into the house. So, Koitmai, definitely a stronger takeout player than he is a draw player, going by his performances so far in the round robin. Really doesn't seem to have high level of confidence with the draws. Can blank here in the second end though. He's going for the takeout on the wing. Final stone of the second end. Andre Koitmai. He's got a good line here. Well, he's not been able to blank the end, but still takes care of business and does the most important thing and scores one. Doesn't give up a steal here in the second end. And it's a score of 1 for Estonia here. And going into the third end, they're going to trail by a shot. Norway taking the last stone back here. And they're leading Estonia by 2 shots to 1.
Siste stein.
Vi presser.
Estonia with the better of the stats so far, but Norway making the key shots, especially in the first end. Koitmai playing an excellent final stone of the second end. Riedebach getting the third end underway here with the clockwise draw. Katalin Riedebach, the 39-year-old from Tallinn in Estonia, has two children.
Nille.
Katalin is a board member of the Estonian Association of People with Reduced Mobility and works as a technical team assistant for a major telecommunications company in Estonia.
Over langt inn! Søren!
Viskutt.
Ja. Ræva stein.
9-2, bra fart.
Ja.
Bra fart.
So Sussel looking, misses by a long way there. Not quite scaling the heights of her performances earlier in the round robin. So far anyway. Still a long way to go in this game, of course. 8 ends of regulation time to be played.
14,5.
14.
And we're only here in the third end.
Pool veidi liitus, ma ei kuradi madalamast hoidma kogu aeg.
Riedebach only played in one World Championship before, finishing 10th in 2020. This Estonian team didn't actually play in the 2021 World Wheelchair Curling Championships, having been relegated in 2020.
3-2.
However, they had already amassed enough points from the 2019 and 2020 World Wheelchair Curling Championships to secure the berth for Estonia here at this Beijing 2022 Paralympic Winter Games.
Ja. Tre blank, ja.
So Norway just drawing the wing here. Nice shot here by Lukin. Gets into shot position. Estonia called the takeout.
9.
Yeah.
It's a nice setup play here from Riedebach, and Matas will be looking to build on that. Just saw a bit of an errant takeout with his first stone in the last end.
Pihta läheb peale, jah? Jäi peale või?
Jep.
9-2. Davai. Rolli ei teinud.
Du börjar rulla, ska vi ta gard?
Ja, si det. Prøv garden da.
Ja, tar vi ett försök på det.
Stordahl doesn't like this centre guard, and this looks like a savvy call by the veteran Skip. Going to ignore the stones in the house and try and play the peel. This may seem a little bit unusual, but this is just good tactics from Norway. They've got the last stone advantage. They don't like these stones on the centre line. They want to keep it open to enable them to draw one in to score in the end. They certainly don't want to give up a steal. Well, that's almost a great shot, but actually a terrible result for Norway.
Ette sinine, jah.
So Matas going for the draw around the centre guard here. The right-hander coming down with the anti-clockwise draw.
No.
14.
14.
Jääb kaitsesse. Hüra küll. Aga no vähemalt võib-olla. Ega nad hakkavad niikuinii lammutama kaitseid.
Estonia line 2 after that stone by Matas.
Hva var den i stad?
8-6.
Okay.
Looks like maybe a change of tactics here from Norway. Going to play a takeout in the house this time here. Gary Arne, Skogstad.
Ja.
Playing it into out. We do tend to see in wheelchair curling maybe more takeouts coming from the middle of the sheet out the way than we would typically see in the Olympic format. Probably more traditionally, the Olympic athletes will be playing from the outside into the middle. So Lauri Murisov with that trademark bobble hat. It's pretty warm in the National Aquatic Centre. Very warm outside as well. Approaching 20 degrees.
13.3.
Just manages to cling around at the back of the house as well. Estonia playing some solid stuff so far.
Ei.
3 blank.
Den var 2-5.
Den, ja.
3 blank.
3 blank.
Ole Fredrik Sivertsen, the 50-year-old, to play next. Took up the sport 2010 at 39 at Halden Curling Club. Invited to try by the Norwegian wheelchair curling legend Rune Lorentzen. Loved it as soon as he took to the ice. Unlike some of the players in this wheelchair curling event, took a little bit longer to get into it. Bit of a lazy handle. You see it really banking down at the end, but gets down into shot position. Really great shot there by Sivertsen.
Ennem oli suund siin, no võtan siia.
Okei.
Nii tal peaks olema.
So Murisov trying to return the favour here and follow that stone down by Sivertsen.
Kima sinna otsa.
Well, how good is that? Keeps it in front of the tee line as well, and that's almost perfect there from Murisov. Norway thought they were on the front foot there, but after that stone by Murisov, Norway with a bit of work to do. So Sivertsen won the Sportsmanship Award at the World Wheelchair Championship 2021 here in Beijing. They finished 7th overall on that occasion here in the National Aquatic Centre, serving as the test event for this Paralympic Winter Games. Sivertsen comes up a bit shy there and actually guards that yellow shot stone.
Nei, men fortsatt. Fortsatt muligheter.
Masse muligheter.
Norway not making things easy for themselves at the moment, although they do have that one-shot lead. It's Estonia who've been making all the shots this far.
Andrei.
No praegu aeg on, alles see kapten seal.
Ma tean.
Jah. Läheb.
So Koimai coming down the other handle now. Trying to make the freeze at the back here and gets all the way down to lie 2. Super shot here by Koitmai. He really has been struggling with his draws so far in this round robin, but no signs of it in this game. It's been a few great draws, and Estonia looking like the better side this far.
Vi ser du?
Ser
Ja, nesten hele 80.
Dratt og så kommet deg på innsida av den, så hadde du kommet hit da. Litt tung som bakanfart, sånn som du hadde der i stad kanskje, 2 blank.
Det er som jeg legger meg her.
Det blir ikke noe...
For de gjør noe med den hvis ikke gjør noe med den.
Ja, da går det med om, hvis vi legger der. Hvis du går med 2 blank og...
Ja, men da hindrer vi at de gjør noe, så kan vi dra på siste i hvert fall. Så er det vel...
Opp til deg.
Ja. Skal se der.
Du må jo helt ut da.
Ja.
Ja.
Ta helt ut det.
Ja, men ligger 2 Jostein.
Ja, det gjør det.
I think what we're seeing here is a good explanation as to why Norway wanted to open up the centre of play earlier in the end. They had the opportunity to peel the guards and missed it, and now they're in a bit of a mess here in this third end.
Jeg må prøve å komme på innsida på den.
Ja, takk. 2, 2, 5.
Ja. Ja.
Ser greit ut.
Ja.
So Justine started out needing a couple of good ones here to complete this third end. It's going to be really difficult for them to score as things stand.
Ja.
Just trying to make a takeout on that stone just played by Koitmai. Not throwing his heaviest takeout weight. And as a result, it curls down and actually raises that yellow up a little bit. Still line 2 against though, but now that red protecting the yellow just thrown by Koitmai. If they really wanted to, they could come round on the anti-clockwise handle and draw the other side with 4 foot and lie 3. That would really put the heat on Norway. Doesn't look like they're going to consider that though. They don't want Norway to play the raise on that red stone just thrown by Stordal. Going to play a guard instead. Good rotation on the stone here from Koitmai. This is ideal, really. This is what you're looking for when you're playing the skip position. Your team are playing well when you're throwing guards. And that's an excellent guard there. But they have just left the anti-clockwise draw wide open. That's why I suggested maybe they wanted to come down the other side. Much easier shot down there to score for the Norwegians. Just going to try and draw one down. We'll need to be at least half in that red 4 foot circle.
3-2.
3 blank.
3 blank.
3 blank.
Hæ?
3 blank.
Nei, den var 3-5. 3-2. 3-3.
Ja.
So final stone of the third end, Justine Stordal needing to find the red bit to score. Estonia played a super end, lying 2 here. And This one needs to get by the guards now. Needs to get by. Oh, clicks the guard, and it's a steal of 2 for Estonia. The debutants playing a terrific third end to take the lead here. A huge steal of 2 for Estonia. And they'll lead Norway by 3 shots to 2 after the third end. A golf in the stats. Estonia going from strength to strength. And looking good. Perhaps an upset on the cards. Norway very much the favourites in this match, but Estonia looking the stronger side in the early exchanges. So fourth end underway here. Katlin Riedeback.
Ouch.
Right down onto the button. Lovely shot there by Riedeback.
Yeah.
You see a guard thrown here by Norway. Looking to try and take the game by the scruff of the neck. They know that if they play a takeout in the house, there may just be a kind of a continued exchange of takeouts at the end, and they would only maybe be able to score 1 point. By throwing a guard, then you may be able to generate something a bit more adventurous and a bit more profitable.
Looking good.
That's it.
5-2. 4-7.
Bra.
Ja. Natukene kiire.
Tugev.
So that was a good corner guard there from Lurkin.
13-9.
Riedeback. Obviously very good in this clockwise rotation. We've seen time and time again this excellent setup play, getting the stones right on the centre line, right in the middle of the sheet of ice. Excellent stuff there from the Estonian lead.
Du prøver med 10-er.
10.
Du vil ha 9 eller 10?
9.
Ja, greit.
Nille.
Nille.
So Lurkin could well be going for a takeout.
Ja.
You can always tell when Lurkin's playing a takeout because her feet go up in the air to just give her that extra leverage to exert more force on the stone to get that extra speed. Removes that top stone and rolls to the wings.
Enam-vähem sama, võib natuke kõrgem jääda ka.
Jah.
So Estonia, same again, they're just going to try and replace that stone. Matas.
Välja raisk.
Läks laiaks natukene.
Jaa, see on nii jama raisk. See on päris jama.
No, siis nad peavad
13-7.
Mike works as a video operator for a major security service in Estonia. Gets another one into the house there. So Estonia lying 2 here early in the 4th end.
Nille.
Få lite rull hit, så det perfekt.
It looks like a double takeout called here by Stordal, the skip. 4 players in the team. We've got a thrower, we've got somebody securing the chair. Looking in this instance, just holding on to stabilize it, make sure it doesn't twist and throw the player offline. We saw Severson holding the stopwatch, timing the speed of the stones. And Stordal 45 meters away at the other end of the ice. Just misses the double takeout. I think he even glanced off it there. Extremely close there from Skogstad. Let's have another look. May have just flicked it on the way past, but not enough to get it to move it sufficiently. And Estonia just guarding that stone for their life at the moment.
Läheb peale ikka, aga.
Ei lähe peale. Tundub mõistliku kiirusega olevat läheb ilusti praegu.
14-3.
Okay. Awesome.
Excellent stuff again. Estonia really playing well here in the first half of this game. And what can Norway do when the lead player sets it up that well? They get one right down onto the bottom with the first stone at the end, and then they keep throwing perfectly placed guards. All Norway can do is keep playing takeouts to try and open it up. Skogstad delivers that stick right through to the target. Makes the peel and opens it up once more.
Jeg har ikke fått en bom noe bra.
No ei usu, ta keerab tagasi. Keerab.
Lauri, mine.
Oh, great shot again. They really are playing so well at the moment, the Estonians.
Tahab rolliga nüüd saada.
15.
So they really have some struggles on day 2, but they've really put them behind them. And they've done extremely well so far on day 3.
Vi har ikke spilt noen tid her, så jeg vet Brosso, det bedre å kjøre Nille.
Ja.
Så for sikkerhets skyld.
Severson having a bit of a stinker so far. They're going to need to get some more shots out of him from the third player. It's such a key position in the team as well. And generally you would have your best shot maker throwing third stones. Typically, you would expect the third player to have every single shot in their locker. Not seen it yet from Severson, but still a long way to go in this game.
Bra. Ja.
9-2. Paula.
Oh, there you go. That's much better from Severson. That was not a gimme at all. Had to bend it around the stone close to the house to make that takeout. And even sticks around to finally something to smile about for Ole Fredrik Severson.
Läheb küll.
Kui nüüd ainult kiirust oleks.
Kukkuma, raist. Läheb mööda.
9-2.
Ei läinud. napikas, aga midagi teha ei ole.
Well, in 2 shots, it's amazing how quickly an end can turn around. So a great shot from Severson, and then a miss there from Murashov.
Vi splitter det, men da kan jo han slå rulle bak. Da det jo jævlig vanskelig.
So it looks like Norway going to try and draw one around the corner guards here. Another option might be to come down the right-hand side of the sheet and draw one in behind the centre guard.
3-5.
Ja, det er cirka 4 blank.
The worry being here, if they throw a guard, then Estonia can play the draw around the centre guard themselves. Let's see how it works out for them.
Jeg må gjøre ganske mye av det.
4.
Well, needs to just bounce off this yellow stone. Doesn't get enough curl, doesn't protect the red stone. So another opportunity for Estonia to make the takeout on that red stone on the tee line. Only that is the only scoring stone in the field of play at the moment. We're down to skip stones here, and it's Andre Koitmai. The veteran from Tallinn. So looking like a good line here from Koitmai. Looking like a very good line. Can he roll by the centres as well? Oh, hello. Andre Koitmai with another beauty. Is this the same player that we saw on day 2? I'm not sure, but he really is one hell of a curler. What a shot that is. It really has toed and froed here in the 4th end. Norway looked like they had the upper hand after a mistake by Murashov. Then Severson missed, and then Koitmai punished him with that amazing hit and roll. Look at it, absolutely plumb behind those centre guards, and almost no room at all to work with here for Stordal.
Ja.
So needing to get all the way down to the button here to lie in shot position. No room to work with at all. Has it got the legs? Not quite. And that's going to block the path in as well for Norway. With their last stone of the end. Just one to come each.
Paneme ette või?
Mida?
Või tuled peale?
Või paneme ääre peale peale?
Ma mõtlen, et valge peale sinna.
Ma mõtlesin ka valge peale panna.
On ju?
Jah.
Mis sa arvad? Jah?
So he knows what he wants to do here. He wants to throw
a guard
between those 2 red guards on the centre line and to the right-hand side. Try and block the path in that Justin Stordal just followed down.
Ma panen kaitse.
So Estonian skip Andre Koitmäe having a terrific game. Really growing in confidence after Estonia getting their first win of this round robin. And this is another good one. Gets the guard, makes the guard, and no path in there now for Norway. They may have to try something a bit more adventurous here to try and get that Yellowstone off the button. Well, I've got to say, that's the same facial expression we saw from Koitmäe in previous games when he wasn't playing well. I wouldn't like to play poker against that guy. So just one stone to come here in the first half. Following which there will be a 5-minute break before the fifth end commences. Norway won't want to fall further behind here. Very much medal contenders, this Norway side. And this would be one of the games that they would be expecting to get a win on the board. But at the moment, they're meeting a lot of resistance from Estonia. Andre Koitmäe in particular playing some super shots. There's that GTX handle on the end of the delivery stick, attaching it to the handle. Delivery stick very much an extension of the player's arm. So the final stone of the fourth end here. Estonia lying one on the button, and Stordal trying to move it to try and get a score on the board here in the fourth end. Needs to curl, it's got a lot of weight on it. Oh, and it drifts right on by. Another steal here. Estonia picking up another point here against the last stone advantage. What a few ends for the Estonians. Unbelievable performance so far from them. And Norway with much work to do here if they want to get back into this one. 4 ends played, halftime break. Estonia 4, Norway 2. Been a real struggle for the back end of the Norwegian team. Severson and Stordal, 28% and 36% respectively. They will need to raise their game here in the second half if they want to turn this result around and get a win on the board.
Och visst vi må klära och öppna så gjør vi det I senter. Hvis vi bestemmer oss for å åpne, så åpner vi. Och så se på de stenarna vilken som
In comparison, look at those stats. 69% from Koitmai, Rita by 88%. She has been setting up those ends perfectly for Estonia.
It's all good.
Really good.
Really good.
Nani?
Yeah, just relax.
2 minutit aega.
All good?
Oota aega, meil on 2:20. ma ei tea.
Saate tuua.
2:20.
Still a timeout.
Yes.
Still can come and talk. Still have lots of time. So 19 is the half of 38.
Mina ei tea.
20% between the two teams. But those stolen points, the real difference. 3 points scored against the last stone by Estonia.
Det en toer, så... Ja.
Ja, så tar vi 1 for 1 og...
Ja.
Ja.
Vi trenger ikke ha masse. Og hvis vi har en, så må vi ikke ha inn en til.
We never use the timeout. Hopefully we don't need it.
Litt sånn opp med snakket. Litt sånn...
Halftime probably coming at the right time for Norway. Really need to stem the tide. They were just bleeding shots there.
Hey guys, having fun.
And this gives them a chance to reset. You can see them starting to nod a little bit, starting to reset and get ready for the second half. Right, Matas with the cheeky smile. He'll be delighted with that first half from his team and his teammates. Perhaps an upset on the cards here on day 3. Estonia leading Norway by 4 shots to 2. Who would have thought it after that score of 2 in the first end for Norway? It's been 4 unanswered shots from the Estonians.
Okay. Natuke kiire.
So we're underway here in the 5th end. Kathleen Riedebach.
Siis jääb päeva peale.
Aga tubli.
13,5.
13,3.
Well, you know, if I had to go out there and pick somebody to play a draw into the house, anybody in the field, it would probably be Kathleen Riedebach. She has been absolutely perfect with those draws time and time again. And that's been the problem for Norway. They've been up against it right from the get-go in most ends. Cecil Loken. Going to throw the corner guard here, you would expect. Well, quite a wide corner guard, but still in a usable position there from Cecil Loken. By corner, we mean off to the side, and that's a tactic typically employed by the team with the last stone advantage, trying to generate something out in the wings while keeping the centre open.
Jääb pigem lühike. Sorry, minu viga.
Well, I think I cursed Riedebach.
Läks üle, ei läinud?
Ei läinud.
That definitely was a curse.
Veidike pehme.
Really surprising after such a great draw that the first one to come up.
Aga ei ole midagi.
Probably the best part of 10 meters shorter with the second one. That's, I can only think that there's some sort of a mistake with their technique there. Maybe didn't get the connection quite right between the delivery stick and the stone, and perhaps Norway with the opening that they need here. Looking with the right hand wrapped right over the top there. Throwing a draw over to the same side as a guard, trying to come around it. Looks like it's got a good speed on it. How's the line now? Doesn't throw that much rotation on the stone, so we'll see it really bank hard and turn at the end. Is it going to stop in time? Just hangs on at the back of the house. And that's what Norway needed.
Kaitse, yeah.
Matas playing slightly below his tournament average.
Võtame kokku ennast.
Peale puhkust jälle hakkab lappasse minema.
14-20.
I've been really impressed by Estonia so far. They're not doing anything overly heroic, but they're just doing the simple things well. And Norway just have not had the answers thus far. If you just joined us and you've never seen curling before, or indeed wheelchair curling, the aim of the game is to get your stones closer to the center of the rings, the house as it's called, than your opposition. Both teams have 8 stones in each end to throw. 4 players in each team throwing 2 stones each in order. And once all the stones have been played in the end, they need to work out who is closest to the button, the middle of the rings, and how many are closer than the opposition's nearest one. And they'll get a number of points based on that. 1 point for every stone. So far, Estonia leading by 4 shots to 2. It is an advantage to have the last stone, and Norway have it here in the 5th end. And they'll be trying to get a couple of points back on the board to tie things up here in 5.
See on sees ja vaatame, mis tuleb.
Tõmbame.
Well, we saw Rita back coming up short of the hog line. Has Matas made it over? Ooh, somebody's going to have to go and take a look at that one. That's really close to that red hog line, and if it's touching at all, it will be removed. Well, the umpire's taking a look, and he's happy that it's crossed over. So it just squeaks into the playing area, no more. That red hog line's there for a reason. Not only does the stone need to be released before it at this end of the ice, it needs to be fully over it at the other end. And what it does is that it stops the players from just throwing the stones halfway up the sheet to cut off any angles. Great shot here. Excellent shot here by Skogstad. Hits and rolls all the way over towards the corner guard.
Yeah.
So Lowry, Murashov, Norway with the upper hand here in the 5th end. But some tidying up to do here for the Estonian third player. Needs to get by the guard. Oh, he's just flicked off the guard. Norway lying 3 here, and with a chance to lie 4. And things starting to unravel here in the 5th end.
Ja. Ja, litt kjipt den høye der, synes jeg, men
vi kan jo spille 5 over linja bare.
Ja, da åker du ut. Vi må ha den her. Det skal gå greit.
Ja, 3 blank.
Det var 2-9.
So Norway going to draw one out to that left-hand side as we just looked at it. Only playing 28%. Severson Just needs to be a little bit careful of that guard just over the hog line. Looks like he'll pass it. Okay, it's starting to curl already. So just needs to hang around in the back of the house here. Oh, really well done by Severson. Norway lying 4 now. And Estonia, for the first time in this match, really being posed some serious questions. So didn't get his first one right. Can he make the correction here with the second one? Needs to get at least one of these reds away. Well, it's a pretty good shot actually. Estonia lying in shot position. Doesn't manage to make a double, but still leaves that in a bit of a nuisance position and will force Norway to make a takeout. Nervous moments here for Estonia. Severson smelling a big opportunity here. Not much upper body action from the Norwegian third player. Very strong with the shoulder action though. Well, peels it out nicely.
Jag tror han skulle byta akkurat.
Ja, jag tror det också. Men ja, det var lite synd.
Võtame time-out'i äkki, meil on 2 seda.
Time-out, jah. No lähme sinna siis.
Well, maybe not so much a timeout called, but perhaps a cry for help here. They know they're in a bit of bother.
Jah, siis võtaks kõik punktid maha. Võtaks kõik punktid maha. Aga kui ei tule, siis...
We're going to see Chris Bowden arrive on the scene shortly. I think he'll be looking for a bit of damage limitation and maybe some sort of a takeout on the wing on the right-hand side here. They can get rid of 2 of those reds quite easily. They are relatively close together. They're highly surprised to see him suggest anything else.
Mis sinu mõte oli? Lukku. Ja siis jääb üldse.
Hi.
Hi.
What?
I think you take out just of course freeze.
Oh no.
Very good, but
no.
No way.
You can play the top one if you want, and if you're wide, play this turn at it. If you hit that one, roll over there. If you're wide, then you hit that one.
Okay.
Võtke siis selle kuskil.
Siis ta rollib sinna ja kui läheb laiaks, siis võtab selle. Jah. Meie võime tagasi.
You're not going to make 2 go away. If you're really tight, then it's going to be the double. But if you roll just in front of it, if you roll way over there, if you roll in under the yellow, that's good too. But I'd like to make them make a shot with the next one. I'd like one to go away and then make them make a takeout. If they hit and roll out, then we hit another one. Yes. Yeah, I don't have very much time. Hit that one. Out turn, roll, or... Thank you.
Mis teeme?
Out turniga seda teeme.
Miks nad on?
Siit siis. Palju suunda annan?
So the takeout confirmed on the wing here by Chris Bowden, asking to hit that top red, and I think there was a really good time out there from the Canadian coach, giving his skip lots of options. It's not something you typically see at the Olympic Games. You tend to see them making much more precise calls. They obviously have the momentum from the delivery, they're sliding out the hack, and they've also got the sweepers to help them really be precise with the shots.
Yeah,
Carlin, you do expect the stats to be a little bit lower, a few less shots made. And that's why Chris Bowden giving lots of options to his skip. So they can play a hit and roll right across, they can hit and roll right in front of the other stone in the wing, or if they're a little bit tight, they might make that double takeout. So Andre Koutmai, the Estonian skip, needing to get his team out of trouble here. We've seen him have every answer so far in this match. Ties down and up and down, up and down. Stone to the target. Going for the takeout on the wing here. Looks like he's going to hit it. Gets one away. Good shot there by Koutmai. Just curled a little too far to make the double takeout, but at least gets rid of one.
Ja, den liker ikke gå der på siden her, men...
Ja.
Han ganske høy.
Ja.
Bedre å dra dit da, men da legger opp til en dobbeltløs. Det som så jævlig dritt. Det ikke noe problem å dra sånn dit, helt ut der.
Jeg må ut på siden på grunn av garden,
ja.
Men det jo langt.
Bør du passere?
Jeg kan jo dra ned mot den.
Ja, du bestemmer.
Ja, gjør det.
Der?
Ja.
Han vil slå der en gang til da.
Ja.
So Norway lying 2 here and a chance to get a third one in there. They've got the last stone still to come after this one, also known as the hammer. The last stone. But Estonia still with one to come as well. So this one needs to be precise from Norway.
Her var kant igjen.
Kant igjen.
Pluss 5.
Den var min var 2-9.
Looks like they're going to draw one over to the wing there towards that red stone that was just moved by Koutmai. Justine Stordal, only 36%. Had a phenomenal career. First appeared at the Paralympic Summer Games in 1988 in Seoul. And this is his 9th Paralympic Games. 4th of the winter variety. So experienced. This looks pretty good. May just need to click something to stay in the house though. Is this going to rear up in time? It does, just slows down. Norway lying 3. Stordal gives it a shake of the head. Cut that one a little bit fine, but still good enough to stay in a scoring position for Norway. Going for a takeout similar to the one just played. He's got one. Doesn't manage to get the second one though. Great attempt there by the Estonian skip. Perhaps a little unlucky not to get that second one. Now the door just opens here for Norway. Estonia still lying in shot position, but it's a wide open takeout here for Justine Stordal with his final stone in the 5th end.
Det en fot?
Ja.
Herself trying to get a sneaky peek around the back of Severson there. Can hardly watch. So So it's the final stone of the fifth end. Jostein Stordal with a takeout for a potential score of 3 for Norway. This one's curling hard across the ice. Has he hit it at all? Oh my! Can you believe it? What a chance there for Norway, and Jostein Stordal. Norway have fumbled that opportunity. It looked for all of the end that it was going to be a multiple score for Norway, and that's a huge let-off for Estonia. They open up a 3-shot lead now by 5 shots to 2. That really was a massive exchange there at the end of the 6th end, those last couple of stones. Estonia leading by 3, but it could have been so different if Jostein Stordal had made that final stone of the 5th end. The score would have been 5-4 in favour of Norway. Instead, it's 5-2 in favour of Estonia. A 4-shot swing on 1 shot.
Ja, 5. Ja.
So Cecil looking, getting the end underway for Norway, and they've got a lot of work to do here. And if you're Norway, you're thinking, you've got to trust your skip and continue to put him in a position to finish the ends off. It's not happening at the moment for Stordal. If you think back to the first end, he made a super shot in the first end, and you're thinking, he's come to play today, but it's been a very difficult road since then. Very few shots made by the veteran Norwegian skip.
Ja ikka pehmä.
Ei pisteen ikka lahja.
Läheb.
Ei ole vist ka.
Läheb mööda.
And look at this. Rita back with another super draw down into the house.
Aga mul läkski suunalt sisse.
She has been so good in this game.
Ja aga need vist praegu ei tahagi üldse.
So it looks like Norway will try and draw around the corner guard here. Needing to take a bit more risk now. I think we'll see less takeouts from Norway as they try and generate some offense, try and keep some stones in play. Cecil looking with that unique technique, doesn't really generate a huge amount of rotation on the stones, so they just kind of drift and veer at the end, whereas some of the other players get quite a bit more rotation, and it tends to run a much more true line. But a nice draw there by Lukin. So there is Matas coming down on the anti-clockwise handle this time.
Kuku või kuku?
Kuku, läheb.
14-4.
Väga ilus. Tubli. No mis siis? Ees sinine, väga hea.
Mikko ka seal närvitsed?
Milline?
Mikko üleval jalutab.
That one just creeping far enough to lie to for Estonia. So Norway going to throw a takeout on this one.
Need lähevad lööma vist.
Oh, Arne Skogstad hits and rolls out the rings and at least opens up that shot stone on the side of the button. Quite a bit of black physio tape on the back of his neck there. So trying to get a bit of relief. Perhaps carrying a bit of back pain.
Ikka peaks venima, noh. Ma andsin oma kogu jõu, noh.
Läheb. Rollib natuke üle või? Tähendab...
Aga ta ei lähe ülegi, jah, vaata.
Ei läheb äkki.
Hurra. Ei läinud. Ei saa kaks.
Well, has that one crossed the hog line? I don't think it has this time. They got away with one in the previous end. Matas. The umpire's gone out for a look. Yeah, that one's going to be removed from play. Just didn't get far enough to make it into the playing area. So that one just moved out.
Okay.
Now Norway. Looks like they're going to play an appeal on that.
Yeah.
No, they can actually see enough of that yellow stone. We can see from the other end of the sheet that probably 2/3 to 3/4 of that yellow stone will be seen from the other end of the ice. And Geir Arne Skogstad can move and play that stone from anywhere between the two red lines either side of the centre line, that delivery area. They're 18 inches apart.
Tulet.
Kõik.
Üheksa, jah?
9.
Lauri?
Jaa.
So that's a nice takeout there by Skogstad, and he's going to ask the question of Murashov to return the favour. Looks like he's maybe throwing this a little bit tight now. Has he done enough to remove it? Oh, he's managed to find the gap between the two red stones in the house. And once again, Norway starting to build a nice end here. Timeout called from Norway. They did not expect that miss to come from Murashov, who's been pretty steady throughout the game. But he really wasn't even close to making that takeout. Perhaps this game not quite over yet. Just 2.5 ends still to come. And here's Peter Dahlman, the Swede, arriving on the scene to give his neighbours some help.
Känner den?
Nej.
Okej.
Ja, dra dit da, men eller dra ut der.
La den vara. Vi må 5-2. Vi må ha 2-3. Dra den där och så får de ha den luken där. Så får vi gå med 11 fart. Och hvis de får rullen och där så får vi jobba med det efteråt i så fall. Så dra in den någonstans där på vitt någonstans. Inte för långt ut, vi må ha den in. Ja. Så vi får 3:e poängen där. Så en sikker där och så jobbar vi med det.
Jag är helt enig.
Ja. Där är to? Ja. Och så får de ha den sen till våra rader. Då får de spela bra. Visst de slår den och får rullen, då får vi ta hand om det problemet då.
Ja.
Så.
Vi må producera mer än 2.
Då är det en 11 som gäller, en knack på den. Första. Vi har flera stenar och knacka den på längre ner. I så fall.
Jag är helt enig.
Så. Då får de få den där. Vi må in en sten till.
Ja. Jag är helt enig.
Alla bra?
Greta.
Ja.
Kan 4 då, eller?
Ja. Och så kör vi på.
Ja, kör på. Men.
Well, I think the Norwegians were always going to throw one into that top right-hand quadrant of the house. whether it be towards the centre line or the guard or out to the wing. Perhaps that miss just catching the Norwegians unexpecting, and just need a little bit of time to kind of rethink the situation.
Ja.
I think they sense the importance of this opportunity as well. They are running out of time. Can't afford to keep bleeding shots.
Sitt og gå den garden der.
Ja, da må gjøre sånn.
Der, ja. 3 blank.
3 blank. 3.
3 blank.
So Severson, deep breath. It's been a tough game so far for the Norwegian third. Just really needs to find anywhere in the painted rings here. Anywhere in the house to enable Norway to lie 3. Just gets by the guard. Wow. Another miss at a key moment for Norway. Tends to happen after a timeout. The shot is more likely to be missed. And that one actually had so much speed on it and nearly caught the centre guard that wasn't even in play. And Murashov with a chance to make amends for that previous miss. Trying to get his chair in the right position to deliver this one to target. So choosing to play the different handle this time, coming down on the anti-clockwise rotation. Previous one came down clockwise. Looks like a better line here. Oh, hits and rolls right underneath as well. Oh, that's a beauty. That's a fantastic shot there from Lauri Murashov, and now Norway in big trouble. Almost opportunity lost here, and it so looked like they may be on course to score 3, maybe more. Now they almost have to start again. That yellow so well hidden behind those red stones. Clearly delighted. So Severson needing to take a little bit of pace off this one. Looks like it's got a lot of weight again. Looks like it's got a lot of weight again. Is this going to lie in shot position? Oh, certainly is. Just comes to rest at the back of that white 8-foot circle. Well, he must be kicking himself for that first shot, though. Doesn't quite get hidden in behind the guard here either, so could well be a takeout available here for Koimäe. Just checking who's lying in second shot position. Certainly looks from here like it might well be yellow. Looks close though.
Tulen selle punasele järgi, ühesõnaga ma löön selle 10-ga.
Lööd 10-ga või?
Seda punast, jah.
So Estonia just trying to hit that red stone just thrown by Severson. Reader back there with the stopwatch timing. The time between the two clock lines. There's the second clock line, so stop the clock. And what a shot again here. Koimäe has just been impeccable today.
Andrei, kumb sealt parem on, kollane või punane? Kollane. Kollane parem.
Really good stuff from the Estonian skip.
Dragning.
Ja.
Even just check behind the centre guard a little bit there, so Norway need to throw the freeze. It's really starting to look like an upset here. It would be a massive shock to the curling world if Estonia beat Norway. The reigning Paralympic silver medalists on the ropes here. The misery continues for Stordal. He just cannot get to grips with the ice here on day 3. Just can't get it done. Playing a pretty miserable 33% for the game. And Estonia will just try and bundle another one in here, and maybe a chance to steal if they could ever get one down into the red 4-foot circle behind that centre guard. And Norway would be in big, big trouble here in the 6th end. Full of focus, full of concentration here. Point would like this one to stay in front of the tee line. Wants it to slow down now. Wants it to slow down. Just goes past the tee line, that horizontal line cutting through the house. But good enough to lie 2, maybe 3. And all Stordal can do here for Norway is draw for 1. So final stone of the 6th end about to come down the ice here. And this is an absolute must-make here for the Norwegian skip. Needs to outcount all 3 of these yellow stones. They cannot afford to fall any further behind here, Norway. This one's got some curling to do. Needs to bend. It's got a lot of running. Passes the guards and slides right by all of the Yellowstone through the house. Unbelievable. Justin Stordal all out of sorts today here. And it's a score of 3 for Estonia. Unbelievable stuff. Thumbs up from Matas. And after 6 ends, can you believe it? Who would have thought Estonia 8, Norway 2?
Alltid på trening, og så det av og til vondt, og sånn det. Men
Vi gjør det beste.
Now just a huge upset on the cards here. Last 2 ends, Norway looking like they're going to score multiple points. And they've just not been able to get it over the line. That's 8 points unanswered now for Estonia. Norway scored 2 in the first end, and look at that. 5 ends in a row for Estonia. This game is surely over. A little bit surprised to see them continuing, to be perfectly honest. Trailing 6. We've only got 2 ends to go. Surely Norway can't turn this one around. Katlin Riedebat not even bothering to try and throw this one into the house. Such is their lead. They know any stone in play can be something that's used by Norway to their advantage. So just throwing it away. We're going to see Estonia play extremely defensively now and just try and run the game home. Norway just look shocked now. I'm shocked. They must be even more so. reigning Paralympic silver medalists looking like they're going to drop a game here to the Paralympic debutants.
Yeah.
Estonia 8-2 up on Norway. It's looking like day 3 is going to be a very good day for Estonia and Estonian curling. This is the team that didn't even play in the World Wheelchair Curling Championships in Beijing in 2021 here at the National Aquatic Centre. They were relegated. They couldn't get promoted from the World B Championship. They finished 5th there. Huge disappointment, and had to pray the results went their way at the World Wheelchair Championship to even secure their berth at this Paralympic Games. They managed to get enough points from 2019 and 2020 with an 8th and 10th place performance. So in some ways lucky to be here, but making the most of it and looking like they're going to turn over the reigning Paralympic silver medalists. So again, Estonia just throwing their stones away. They can't play, they would have liked to play a takeout there in that corner guard, but they can't do so because of the free guard zone. That rule changing during the last cycle, changing from a 4-stone free guard zone to 5, so you can't actually remove it until the 6th stone of the end. Norway needing to find something from somewhere.
No.
They need to make their shots, and they're also going to need some misses from Estonia as well. They've not been forthcoming so far, though.
3-7. 3-8. Ja, men greit, det.
That one doesn't quite make it to the rings either. A couple of guards, though.
Hvem er det kakser?
Tule niin kiireesti kun jõuad.
Yeah.
Hoian.
So Mait Matas having the time of his life here at the Paralympic Winter Games. Looking like Estonia may secure their 2nd win. So the free guard zone rule over. Oh, and look at this one. Look at this one. Slides it right through the middle into the house. What a shot there by Matas.
They're wrong.
So you wouldn't expect Norway to play a takeout when they're 6 down. Rightly so, they're just throwing a draw. There's still a guard in play. Matas did so well there to make the peel and chase his own stone through into the house as well. That was just a bonus for the Estonian 2nd.
I don't know.
4-4.
Quite a few guards kicking about, but Norway not able to use them so far. 3 guards over there on the left-hand side of the sheet, one just out of the picture. Be more takeouts here for Estonia. Some really savvy tactics from the veteran Koitmai, wanting to protect that 6-shot lead. Not shoulder action in that one from Murisov. We've seen him struggle on this line a couple of ends ago. No such problem though. Gets rid of one, but pushes another one into the house. And perhaps enough here just to keep Norway interested. I would have liked to spin one of them. but he's kept the same amount of stones in play and pushed Norway into the house, so that really improved the situation for Norway.
Kant 8, tenker jeg.
So where are they going to go here? You'd have thought maybe a draw behind that red corner guard on the right-hand side. Doesn't look with that eye, so they're going to try that. Maybe a draw around the centre guard might be the shot for Sivertsen. Really struggled with his draw weight in the last couple of ends. This one looking better though. Chips and splits off. And lies too. Nice shot there by the Norwegian third. That red stone closest to the button will be at least partially covered by that yellow guard. Estonia not interested in that one though. They're going to hit the wide open shot. Don't want to take any risk at this point. 6-shot lead. What's the need?
Tule niimoodi ikka, siis ta lööb minema selle. Oma kollas.
Doesn't really seem to use his upper body like some of the players. Murashov, it's a very powerful, strong shoulder action. Gets the job done there. Just spins his own throwing stone back up out of the house. So again, Norway going to split the rings here with that shot stone in closest to the centre of the house. They're going to draw one out to the right-hand side, behind that yellow. This one needs to be really accurate from the Norwegian third player, Ole Fredrik Sivertsen. Looking like a good line so far, and a nice weight. Needs to outcount the wide yellow though. Well, maybe not quite enough to line shot position, but could still be handy to Norway. Won't be an easy one to remove for Estonia at least, so they'll have to think about this one.
Kollast. Kollast.
So we're going to peel the guard and open up the shot stone here. Bit of a risk here for Estonia. There's a danger that Norway will be able to play a takeout with their next one to lie 3. Maybe he'll make the run back though, Kortmai. That would be a terrific shot if he could hit his guard straight back onto the red, closest to the button. Remove it from the house and lie shot. That would be the perfect shot here for the Estonian skip. So he sends it on its way. Andre Kortmai going for the run back, trying to drive his own Yellowstone straight back. He's pretty close. Just hits it a fraction high of the nose and rolls across. Where did that guard finish? Can Norway still play a takeout on the other side? They certainly can. They could hit their own red onto that yellow to lie 3 if they wanted. You'd expect that Norway need to score at least 3 to have any chance of tying this game up, coming down the 8th end, the final end.
3-2, 3 blank.
3 blanka, akkurat.
It doesn't look like he's considered that takeout. Looks like they're going to play the draw around.
Ja,
draw to lie 3, lie 2. Needs to get past the guard. Looks like they've got a nice line here if they've got the weight. Oh boy. Justine Stordal. It has been an absolute struggle today for the great man. Just can't buy a shot, it seems. So now it should be a straightforward takeout here for Koitmai. There's the real difference there. If you're Norwegian, if your skip isn't making the shots, as it is for the Norwegians, it's very difficult to win a game. Koitmai outplaying Stordal by 40%. And here's another one. Oh, well, 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 well. Just when you think the game's coming to a close. Koitmai with a huge mistake there, missed the open takeout. Just glanced off it, and even at that speed, didn't get enough to get it out. Now, Estonia will hope that Norway can't make this takeout on the wing. They're going to try and hit their own red onto the yellow, stick around to score 3. Pretty much already guaranteed 1. Could just draw for 2, but with a 6-shot deficit to overturn and running out of time. This is a difficult shot, but it's possible.
Nilla.
Oh, surely if Koitmai had made that shot, then it was almost game over. Final storm of the 7th end, and it's Stordal going to try and score 3. Looks like a good line, needs to get by the guard. Oh, it over curls, and it's only going to be 1. Only 1 for Norway once again. An end that looked like it was going to go Norway's way. They were going to get multiple points on the board and just unraveled in the final stones of the end. Super performance by Andre Koitmai out over there. Picking up their 2nd win here on day 3. What a day for Estonian wheelchair curling. Winning their first 2 games ever at the Paralympic Winter Games. Super stuff there. Koitmai looking like a different man to day 2. Norway with a real disappointment there. They were huge favourites coming into that game, but really blown away by Andre Koitmai and his Estonian teammates. 8-3 the final score here in the mixed wheelchair curling round robin.
Thank you.
He looks delighted. Murashov, maybe more so. Well, the Norwegian coaching bench having a word with an umpire about something, but I don't think they can complain too much about the result. Estonia clearly the better team here today. So the final score confirmed here. Estonia 8, Norway 3. Eleven nations in the round robin here in this mixed wheelchair curling. And this is how they are all stacking up at the moment. Canada clearly out in front on 4-0, 3-time Paralympic gold champions. Sweden the only other undefeated teams. And Norway dropping to 2 wins and 2 losses alongside Estonia. Both teams still very much in the hunt for the playoffs and a chance to go for the finals, for the medals. But Estonia 61%, and they made all the key shots too. Just a gulf between the 2 skips, Koitmai and Stordal. (63% for Koitmai and 25% for Stordal. You're not going to win many games with that. So there we have it, a huge upset here on day 3. Estonia, the debutants at this Paralympic Winter Games, picking up a shock victory over Norway. 8 shots to 3 was the final score. Despite that score of 2 in the first end from the Norwegians, they got off to a great start. And then it was 8 shots scored unanswered in the next 5 ends. Every opportunity that came to the Norwegian skip couldn't quite be converted, and it was a day to forget for Jostein Stordal. Unbelievable stuff from Estonia and Andre Koitmai. A huge win for Estonia to pick up their 2nd win of this mixed wheelchair curling round robin.